Have you ever felt like heaven has gone silent? Like you've prayed the same prayer over and over again, but nothing changed. You kept believing, but the doors stayed closed. The pain stayed. The tears kept falling. And somewhere deep inside, you started wondering, God, are you still with me? If that's how you feel today, don't leave this video, because what you're about to hear may not be a coincidence. It could be the exact message your soul has been waiting for. Stay with me until the end, because one sentence near the end of this message has the power to change the way you see your struggles forever. There are moments in life when everything around you whispers that you should give up. You wake up carrying an invisible weight on your shoulders. You smile in front of people, but inside you're fighting battles no one knows about. Every delay feels like rejection. Every failure feels like proof that you are not enough. You wonder why others seem to move forward while you remain stuck in the same place, praying the same prayers, hoping for the same miracle. But what if your delay isn't your denial? Think about a seed buried beneath the ground. If the seed could speak, it might believe it had been forgotten. It sits in darkness, surrounded by dirt, unable to see the sun. From its perspective, everything looks hopeless. Yet the gardener knows something the seed cannot understand. Before anything beautiful appears above the surface, something powerful is happening underneath. Roots are growing, strength is forming, life is preparing for the right moment. Many people give up because they mistake preparation for abandonment. Maybe that's exactly where you are today. You feel buried by disappointment. You feel trapped by problems you never asked for. But being buried and being planted are not the same thing. One leads to an ending, the other leads to a beginning. Sometimes God allows seasons that don't make sense because He is building a version of you that could never exist without those struggles. Strength is rarely born in comfort. Patience is never developed when everything happens instantly. Faith only becomes real when you keep believing without seeing immediate results. Look back at your life for a moment. Remember the battles you thought would destroy you. Somehow you're still here. The tears didn't last forever. The storms eventually passed. At the time, you couldn't understand why those painful moments happened, but today you can probably see how they changed you. They made you wiser, stronger, kinder, and more compassionate. The very experiences that almost broke you became part of the foundation that now holds you together. What if your current struggle is preparing the next chapter of your story in exactly the same way? The hardest part about waiting is that nobody can tell you exactly when the breakthrough will come. We love certainty. We want dates. We want guarantees. But faith has never been about controlling tomorrow. It's about trusting the one who already sees tomorrow. Imagine climbing a mountain surrounded by thick fog. You can only see a few steps ahead. That's frustrating because you want to see the entire path. But if you keep walking one faithful step at a time, eventually you'll reach a place where the fog begins to disappear. The mountain didn't change overnight. Your perspective did. That's how God often works. He doesn't always reveal the entire journey, because if He did, you might become overwhelmed. Instead, He gives you enough light for the next step, then another, then another. Before you realize it, you're standing in a place you once prayed to reach. Right now, you may feel like nothing is happening, but silence does not mean God is absent. A teacher is often silent during the test, yet that doesn't mean the teacher has left the classroom. The silence has a purpose. The waiting has a purpose. Even your tears have a purpose. Someone listening today has almost given up. You've told yourself, maybe it's too late for me. But hear this clearly. As long as you are breathing, God is still writing your story. The chapter you're living now is not the conclusion. It's the turning point. Sometimes the darkest night comes just before the first light of dawn.
Your victory may not arrive the way you expected. It may not happen on your timeline, but every prayer you've whispered, every tear you've cried, every moment you've chosen faith over fear has not gone unnoticed. Heaven has heard every word, even the ones you couldn't speak aloud. So don't let temporary pain convince you of a permanent defeat. Keep walking, keep believing, keep praying, because the same God who carried you through every yesterday is already standing in your tomorrow, preparing a path you cannot yet see.
Have you ever noticed that the greatest battles often come just before the greatest breakthroughs? It's almost as if life tests how badly you want the blessing you've been praying for. Many people quit in those final moments, never realizing they were only a few steps away from the answer they had been waiting for. Don't make that mistake. Every person carries a hidden battlefield. Some are fighting financial pressure, some are carrying the pain of betrayal. Others smile every day while secretly battling anxiety, loneliness, or fear. The world sees your face, but only God truly knows your heart. He knows every silent tear, every sleepless night, every prayer whispered when no one else was around. Sometimes we ask, God, why are you making me wait? But maybe the better question is, God, what are you preparing me for? Think about an eagle. Before it learns to fly above the storms, it must first become strong enough to survive them. If it were pushed into the sky before its wings were ready, the very gift of flight would become the reason for its fall. In the same way, God's timing is not meant to frustrate you, it is meant to protect you. Many blessings require a stronger version of you. Imagine receiving everything you've prayed for today. Would your character be ready to handle it? Would your faith remain strong after success? Would you stay humble if every dream suddenly became true? God doesn't only prepare blessings for His people, He prepares His people for the blessings. That's why some closed doors are actually acts of mercy. At first, they feel painful, they feel unfair, but months or years later, you look back and realize those doors protected you from places you were never meant to stay. Have you ever thanked God for the prayers He didn't answer? It sounds strange, but many of the greatest regrets people carry began as opportunities they once begged for. They wanted relationships that would have broken them, jobs that would have stolen their peace, success that would have cost them their family. Sometimes God's not yet is far more loving than an immediate yes. Faith doesn't grow when everything goes according to plan. Faith grows when nothing makes sense and you still choose to trust. That doesn't mean pretending life is easy. God never asks you to ignore your pain. He invites you to bring it to Him. Your weakness does not scare Him. Your questions do not offend Him. Your tears do not make you less faithful. In fact, some of the strongest believers are those who kept trusting even while their hearts were breaking. You may feel exhausted today. You may be carrying burdens that nobody understands. Maybe you've reached the point where you're tired of pretending everything is okay. If so, remember this: even the strongest trees bend during powerful storms. Bending is not breaking. The enemy wants you to believe that your story is over because your current chapter feels difficult. But a single chapter never defines an entire book. Every great story has moments where it seems impossible for the hero to win. Those moments create the victory that everyone remembers. Your life is no different. The struggle you're facing today may one day become the testimony that gives someone else the courage to keep living. The tears you're crying today may become the reason another person believes that miracles are still possible. God has a way of transforming pain into purpose and brokenness into strength. Don't underestimate what He can do with a willing heart. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" try asking, "What is this teaching me?" That simple change in perspective can transform frustration into growth.
Every challenge has something to teach. Every delay carries a lesson. Every disappointment has the potential to shape a stronger future. Remember this whenever fear begins to whisper that you've waited too long. Clocks measure time, but God measures purpose. What feels late to you may be perfectly on time in His plan. The promise has not expired. The dream is not dead. The door is not permanently closed. Keep your heart open. Keep your faith alive. Even when you can't see the path ahead, continue taking one faithful step after another. Because sometimes the greatest miracle isn't that God changes your situation overnight. Sometimes the greatest miracle is that He changes you while you're walking through it.
There comes a moment in every person's life when faith becomes a choice instead of a feeling. It's easy to believe when everything is going well. It's easy to praise God when doors are opening, prayers are being answered, and life feels peaceful. But real faith is revealed when nothing around you seems to be changing, yet you continue to trust that God is still working behind the scenes. Maybe you've been waiting for healing. Maybe you've been praying for your family, your finances, your future, or for a relationship that seems beyond repair. Day after day, you keep hoping, but the answer hasn't arrived. In those moments, doubt quietly knocks on the door of your heart. It whispers, maybe God has forgotten you. But that's the biggest lie you could ever believe. God has never forgotten your name. Before anyone knew your story, He already knew every chapter. Before you faced today's struggle, He had already prepared tomorrow's strength. What feels unexpected to you has never surprised Him. Nothing in your life has escaped His attention. Think about the sunrise. No matter how long the night lasts, morning always arrives. The darkness never wins forever. It may feel endless while you're living through it, but its time is limited. In the same way, the difficult season you're walking through has an expiration date. It cannot stay forever. Sometimes we become so focused on what we're losing that we fail to notice what God is building. While you're waiting for the next opportunity, He's developing patience. While you're recovering from heartbreak, He's restoring your confidence. While you're facing rejection, He's protecting you from settling for less than His purpose. Growth is often invisible before it becomes undeniable. Consider a sculptor creating a masterpiece from a block of stone. Every strike of the hammer seems harsh. Every piece that falls away appears like a loss. But the sculptor isn't destroying the stone. He's revealing the masterpiece hidden inside it. In the same way, the challenges you're facing today may be shaping the person God always intended you to become. Don't confuse the process with the final result. Many people stop believing because they judge God's plan too early. They walk away before the miracle arrives. They give up just before the breakthrough. But what if your greatest blessing is closer than you realize? What if today is the final day of a season you've been praying to leave behind? Hope has a quiet power. It gives exhausted people the courage to take one more step. It helps broken hearts believe again. It reminds us that today's pain does not have the authority to decide tomorrow's future. You don't need to have every answer today. You don't need to understand every delay or disappointment. Sometimes the strongest act of faith is simply saying, God, I don't understand this moment, but I still trust you. That kind of faith changes people. It replaces fear with peace. It replaces anxiety with confidence. Not because life suddenly becomes perfect, but because you realize you're no longer carrying your burdens alone. There will always be voices telling you that your dream is impossible, that your situation is hopeless, or that you've wasted too much time. Don't allow those voices to become louder than God's promises. The opinions of people may change every day, but God's faithfulness never changes.
Remember how far you've already come. There were moments you believed you wouldn't survive, yet here you are. There were battles that seemed impossible, yet God carried you through every one of them. If He was faithful yesterday, He will be faithful tomorrow. Your story is still unfolding. The page you're living today is not the final page. There are blessings you haven't seen yet, opportunities you haven't imagined yet, and victories that are already making their way towards you. Keep your heart open. Keep your spirit strong. Keep believing even when your eyes cannot yet see what your faith already knows. One day you'll look back at this season and realize it wasn't the chapter that defeated you. It was the chapter that transformed you into the person you were always meant to become.
If you've made it this far, then perhaps this message found you for a reason. Maybe today wasn't just another ordinary day. Maybe in the middle of all the noise, God wanted to remind you of something your heart desperately needed to hear. You are not forgotten. The world may overlook you. People may underestimate you. Some may even walk away when life becomes difficult. But God has never taken His eyes off you. Every tear you've cried in silence, every prayer you've whispered through pain, every moment you've chosen to keep going instead of giving up, He has seen it all. Sometimes we expect God to remove every obstacle from our path, but often He chooses something even greater. He walks beside us through the obstacle, changing us with every step. The mountain may still be there, but you are no longer the same person who first stood at its base. That's the beauty of faith. Faith doesn't promise a life without storms. It promises that no storm will ever have the final word. The wind may shake you, the rain may slow you down, but when your foundation is built on God, you will not be destroyed. There will be days when you feel strong, and there will be days when simply getting out of bed feels like a victory. On both kinds of days, God's love remains the same. His presence doesn't depend on your emotions. His promises don't disappear because your circumstances become difficult. Never believe that your past has disqualified you from God's future. Your mistakes are real, but His mercy is greater. Your failures may have shaped your story, but they don't get to write the ending. Every new sunrise is a reminder that God is the author of new beginnings. Perhaps you've been carrying guilt for years. Perhaps you've been asking yourself, can God still use someone like me? The answer is yes. Again and again, throughout history, God has used ordinary, imperfect people to accomplish extraordinary things. He isn't looking for perfection. He's looking for a willing heart. So stop measuring your future by your past. Instead, measure it by the greatness of the God who walks with you. As you move forward from this moment, remember these simple truths. Your waiting has purpose. Your pain has meaning. Your prayers are heard. Your future is not defined by today's struggle. Every step you take in faith is bringing you closer to the life God has prepared for you. One day, you'll realize that the delays strengthened your character, the disappointments protected your destiny, and the difficult seasons deepened your faith. What once felt like your greatest burden will become one of your greatest testimonies. So lift your head, take a deep breath, refuse to let fear make your decisions. Choose faith over doubt, hope over despair, and courage over fear. The same God who brought you this far will never leave you halfway. Your victory is not a fantasy. It is a promise worth believing. And when that day finally comes, when the breakthrough arrives, when the prayer is answered, when the impossible becomes possible, you'll understand why God asked you to trust Him through every difficult season. Until then,
Keep walking, keep believing, keep trusting, because your best chapter has not been written yet. If this message touched your heart and strengthened your faith, please support the channel by liking this video, sharing it with someone who needs encouragement today, and subscribe to God Message Global for more uplifting messages. Leave a comment below with the words, "I trust God's timing," because your testimony may become the encouragement someone else is praying for. May God bless you, guide every step you take, fill your heart with peace, and remind you every single day that your victory is